everyone, my name is Professor Benjamin and I will be your instructor for this 15-week asynchronous course. This is human geography and I am really excited for this semester. Asynchronous course means that we will not have planned meeting time, so you will be given your amount of work over the week and you will need to complete it within the time frames given within Canvas. I'll go over a little bit of that in a couple minutes, and also it's in the syllabus when due dates are. I am a big believer in like a set schedule. So due dates will not change. You'll always have kind of the same routine each week. I think that's helpful for you too as a student, so that you know there's going to be no like, oh, by the way, this is due by Friday type of thing. It'll always be a repetitive kind of due date schedule. Okay, there are embedded videos for each week, so both from me and also from other wonderful people who make geography content. So that will be available for you through the podcast, through the PowerPoint presentations. Also, within the modules, you'll find some additional videos that you need to watch. So those things will help you kind of have a little bit more of an interactive experience. Because you are kind of on your own, you're rogue, you're kind of doing your own thing, completing the work. So a little bit about me, and then I'm going to jump right into how the course is set up and what my expectations are for you. So I've been at the college now for 13 years full time. I teach environmental conservation, FYE courses. I am a big believer in virtual reality, so I run a lot of virtual reality stuff at the college. I also teach some justice classes, so I am all over the place at the college. I'm always available. I am on campus 4 days a week, but I also, so if you want to meet me in person, I'm more than happy to do that. Of course, since you're an online student, if you want to meet with me through Zoom, of course, I'm more than happy to do that as well. So I have worked in the outside of the college before. So for 10 years, I worked for New Jersey DEP as an enforcement officer in environmental conservation, but I also did a little human geography stuff with them too, through mapping, etc. I also am a high school basketball coach, as well as I substitute in high schools around. So I got my hands in a lot of different things, and I do that just because I love to learn. So if you're on the homepage of the course, this is where you'll find this video. Of course, here is the end all be all, the syllabi. Everybody talks about the syllabus, and you have an assignment due the first week where you certify that you read the syllabus and you understand the conditions of the syllabus. On the last page of the syllabus is the course outline, so you have an idea of when everything is due, and you can put that in your cellular device. If you use that, I'm still a handheld planner type person, so it depends on how you learn and how you best organize your materials for the due dates. Here's the course description, and I am a really big believer in this class. I think it's probably one of the better classes here at CCP. We will talk about a lot of current issues, you know, what's going on in the state of politics. We won't get into nitty-gritties of picking sides, etc. But you will see factual basis for some of the things that are going on today. We'll talk about gerrymandering, which is all over, and it's going to become huge within the next presidential election. So really big topic that we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about migration, which of course is always in the news. There were some horrific events that have happened recently, so we're going to talk a lot about migration, the reasons for migrations. Again, I said gerrymandering, politics. I mean, the war in Ukraine, why, what's going on with Russia, what Russia's trying to do, what China is doing right now by grabbing all sorts of land around, and not just like grabbing the land, but investing in certain parts of the world, including the United States. So there is a lot that is literally involved with what's going on today. So there won't be anything that you're like, oh my gosh, I don't need this. You actually do need to know these kind of things because it is what's going on around you. So that's a little bit about the course. So we talk about race, ethnicity, gender role, politics, economics. I mean, a lot of material in a short period of time, but I think you will enjoy the content. So a lot of questions that I get, oh my gosh, well, like, I don't want to buy a textbook. You don't have to buy a textbook. The textbook is a downloadable file. I have it for you. I'll show you where that's located. So you don't need to buy anything for this course. Woohoo! Finally, a course that you don't need to do that. Below are my office hours, and I was going to talk about that at the end of the video, but I'm going to talk about that now. So if you want to meet in Zoom, if you want to meet in person, more than happy to do both, either, whatever more convenient for you. My typical office hours are 8:30 to 9:30 on Monday, Wednesday, because then I teach for the rest of the day, and then Tuesday, Thursdays, 11 to 1. Now, I am sometimes available other times, and so just reach out to me and say, hey, do you have time to meet on this specific date at this specific, or actually give me multiple dates and times, and I'd be more than happy to meet with you. The other thing is emergencies. So what happens if I have an emergency and I can't submit my work on time? Well, I have things incorporated into course for help with that. So please don't email me, oh my goodness, my grandma fell ill last night and couldn't get my assignment in. I can't, it's just too much to manage with 36 students, and everyone has something going on. So I've built into the course ways that will help alleviate that. So if you get sick, if you have an emergency, if your child gets sick, all of those things. So you're given 2 drop forum posts. So your 2 lowest forum posts are drop, which means you could technically miss 2 discussion posts, 2 weeks of work. Okay. You are given 1 dropped assignment. Your lowest dropped assignment. We have 4 assignments throughout the semester. 1 of those is dropped. I also have padded in, we have a midterm and a final, so don't miss those because I can't drop those. But we also I have an extension deadline. So all assignments are due by Thursday in this class, and I accept them up to 2 days late with a 10-point penalty per day. So after the second day, I don't accept it. So you can potentially hand in your assignment 2 days late and you get a 10-point penalty per day. I mean, I think it's very justifiable. I know the due date is Thursday, so you'll have the portals will open the Wednesday before, so you'll have plenty of time to, you'll have a full weekend in there to submit the work. So you kind of have to like get ahead in this class rather than behind. And so that'll work out in your favor. So I do try to help you out as much as possible because, I know a lot of things come up. Now, that being said, if something like major or catastrophe happens, somebody like really close to you passes away or something, you reach out to me. If you're a good student, then that's easy to talk about, right? The problem becomes is when you're not a good student and then you come to me with all these emergencies. I'll probably want to meet with you in person to talk about what plan we have going forward. So be ready for that. Okay. So here it is. Here is the setup for the course. You'll see over here we have the homepage, the syllabus, the CCP syllabus. It's the same thing. We have the modules, the grades, Zoom, APHIS. You don't have to worry about these things. I'm a big Starfish Connect person, so I'll flag you all the time in Starfish. If you don't like that, I'm sorry, but I am a big believer that the intervention has to come early, and hopefully the college will be there to help you out. So this is the homepage of the class. The modules is what you will use the most. Actually, you know what's not up there, which I'm really disappointed that I forgot to put in there? Announcements will be up here. Announcements are really important. You'll see that before the start of the class, but announcements are so important. Every week I send out an announcement to you with a little roundup of what happened last week, what's due this week. If things change or maybe there's a link broken or whatever, announcements will be sent out. So it's really important. I would get in a habit of logging into this course every single day to look at the announcements, at least to make sure that nothing has changed in this class. Okay, so you'll see here's the how the modules is set up. You'll have a course information module. You see the textbook there. You see how to take an online course. Like if you've never taken an online course before, you don't know how to use the grades tab or how to submit an all that is here. There's really great videos from Rory on how to do that. We do use Turnitin in this class, so I can see whether you need help or what's going on. I am really staunch against AI. I know AI can help. It can help formulate your answers, etc., like Grammarly rewriting your papers for you. Not the best tool to use because I can tell right away, usually, if it's not your writing. So everything that you do in this class, unless I tell you otherwise, the sources have to be from within the class. You can't go rogue. You can't go out and find your own sources or have the AI write something for you. And then just plug in a quote. No, no, no. Everything you do in this class has to be from the sources I've given you, from exam answers to discussion post answers, all the way down the line. Everything has to be from within this class. You cannot use outside sources unless I tell you you can use an outside source. So AI is going to be really hard for you to use in this class because you have to still use the sources I've given you. And you can have AI create whatever it is, but then you're still going to have to go back and read the material. So you might as well have the material, just do it one way instead of having it two ways. Okay, so here's how it's going to be set up. I know these are kind of blurred out because I'm showing you student view and this hasn't unlocked yet. But you'll see each week you have a description, so of course you want to read that. Then you're going to have a PowerPoint and my lecture. So I'm going to have a lecture for you each week that kind of walks you through the PowerPoint, etc. And then you'll see a couple additional videos and maybe reading links. So you want to do those. And then you'll see the discussion posts and the certification of syllabus. So if you have an assignment due that week or something else, you'll see it right there. A couple things. The discussion posts are, you're given a question and you need to answer it. You can't see what other people have written. And I have kind of guidelines for those. And I have instructions within the discussion for what I'm looking for. I even give you an example. And so you need to use sources I've given you. There needs to be paragraphs. It has to be at least 300 words. All discussion posts are due by Tuesday each week. The initial post, the response post to a fellow classmate is due by Thursday each week. Again, if you have an assignment due, it's usually due by Thursday. You get that 2-day extension if you need it. Okay, so you'll see the second week we actually have an assignment due along with the forum post. And within the assignment is all the materials you need. So here's one of the issues that I find. Students go over here, they're on the home page, they look at this little due date, they click on this, but they don't understand that there's other material that goes along with it. So the modules is really where you need to go. If you're just going over here to look at the due date, problems, major problems, okay? So that's a big deal. And so I'm going to stop this video here and I'm going to do a part 2 just to give you a little bit more. So we're ending here and I'm going to start another video.